Two deaths have been confirmed amid the opioid overdose spike this week. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer Abreu. From October 16th to the 18th, there were 20 reported overdoses, including those two deaths. Prior to this spike, 42 overdoses have been recorded so far this year. Because of this Overdose Crisis, Preferred Family Healthcare will have staff available 24 hours a day this weekend. That means if you have an opioid use disorder and want help, you can come in anytime this weekend for an assessment. And if you have a family member who is using and you cannot get them to seek help, Preferred Family Healthcare will have free Narcan available if you stop by this weekend. Well, the PGA's Legends of Golf tournament will not be returning to the Ozarks in 2020. Dan Lucy joins us now with details. Dan, do we know why this decision was made?
Well, Bass Pro Shops is the leading sponsor of this event, would not say why, other than that they're going to promote other ways to promote golf in the Branson area. The Top of the Rock Golf Course at Big Cedar has hosted the Champions Tour event for the last 6 years, and the Legends featured one of the highest purses on tour. In recent years, the event has elevated the weekend with celebrity guests like Mark Wahlberg and Justin Timberlake. We spoke with Director of Communications for Bass Pro, and he told us that Johnny Morris is not done hosting events or promoting golf.
As we think about 2020, it's going to be a transformational year for Big Cedar Lodge. We've got the opening of Paynes Valley, the first public course designed by Tiger Woods, which will certainly further raise the profile of Big Cedar Lodge and golf in the Ozarks. So as we think about everything ahead and everything we've built, we're really excited to build on this momentum and planning for some exciting updates and future plans as we decide how to best promote the Ozarks going forward.
We reached out to the PGA, but it has not commented on this story yet.
All right, Dan, thanks. Well, enough is enough. That's the message leaders from Missouri's largest cities had today as they met in Springfield to discuss ways to make communities safer. KOLR 10's Nija McDonald spoke with Springfield Mayor Ken McClure. Nija, what are some of the things Mayor McClure plans to address here locally?
Well, Jen, Mayor McClure tells me that domestic violence continues to impact our city. Now, he says he would like to see mental health professionals accompany police officers on all types of calls.
Each city talked about what are concerns. Domestic violence was at the top of Springfield's list, and so that's a major concern.
However, Mayor McClure says domestic violence ties into gun violence, which is at the top of some of the other city leaders' lists.
Gun violence, on drug abuse, all of that, unfortunately, is related.
McClure says the group made a commitment to do 5 things in the next months.
Keeping guns out of the hands of those that should not be. We talked specifically about that. That would be applying to Springfield as well as these other communities.
He says they also plan to enhance Missouri's witness protection program.
When sometimes violent crimes occur, people witness it, but they are scared. They're scared of retaliation. Is there a means that we can take to say, all right, we can get you to a safe place so that we can make sure that those people responsible are appropriately apprehended and prosecuted? In
addition, meeting people where they are to provide mental health services.
Community mental health is so critical. We talk about, Sheriff Arnott says this many times, he runs the largest mental health facility in southwest Missouri, in the jail. It shouldn't be that way. And so how do we make sure that we try to transition that into where people can get the help that they need, and also that we have the officers and the mental health professionals available to provide that.
In addition to refining gun laws to keep weapons away from kids and violent offenders, improving Missouri's witness protection program, and increasing funding for mental health and substance abuse programs for both victims and offenders, the group also committed to streamlining communication between agencies and keeping violent offenders off the streets and moving through the justice system more quickly.
All right, Nija, thanks. Well, it's going to be a big weekend for indie film lovers. The Ozark Mountain Web Fest Indie Film Festival kicks off tonight. The historic Downing Street in Hollister will be the venue for the film festival. The focus will be on local sustainability in Ozark's films and distribution, plus celebrating Ozark's geography and the people who call the Ozarks home. The event will be hosted at the historic Hollister Railroad and Downing Street District. Shelley Wagner is with the Ozark Mountain Web Fest.
We're going to have a guest speaker who's had their series on a streaming platform like Amazon Prime. They're going to talk about their series and how they got it distributed. And then Saturday we're going to have panels and screenings. So we're going to have some educational stuff going on.
The Ozark Mountain Web Fest Indie Festival just began in Hollister. It will also run tomorrow evening. Well, I hope you enjoyed this gorgeous day we had today. Look at that beautiful sunset. We might see some storms over the weekend. Beth Vanello is up next with details for us on that.